Have you ever seen a fighter turn the octagon into their personal hunting ground? Shamil Musaev doesn't just enter to compete, he enters to impose his dominance with the calmness of a predator and the violence of a storm.
He doesn't want to be walking on. Oh, he walked on your right hand! Starting trying to scramble. Oh, Shamil Musaev!
This Russian fighter leaves no room for doubt. One strike, one instant, and the fight is over. His movements are fast, calculated, and terrifying, a perfect balance between technique and aggression that has left opponents completely bewildered. Today, we will take you through some of the most brutal moments in the career of this MMA phenomenon, the moments when Shamil Musaev became the most feared beast in the circuit. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe, because if you don't, Shamil Musaev might be waiting for you with a left hook you won't even see coming.
Пока что.
It's hard to tell if the...
Oh, my goodness! Holy moly! He is a scary dude!
Born in Russia, Shamil showed exceptional talent in martial arts from a young age, combining wrestling, striking, and impressive octagon control. Musaev quickly made a name for himself thanks to his aggressive and calculated style, where every move seemed part of a meticulously designed plan to finish off his opponent. With an undefeated streak at the start of his career, he earned a reputation as a lethal finisher. His explosive knockouts and quick submissions demonstrated that he was not just a striker, but a complete and dangerous fighter in every aspect. Fight after fight, Musaev solidified his name as one of the biggest threats in the division, leaving rivals confused and fans in awe. One, Shamil Musaev vs. Uroš Jurišić. In January 2021, at KSW 58, Shamil Musaev faced one of the biggest challenges of his career, Uroš Jurišić, an undefeated Slovenian fighter considered one of the top welterweight prospects. Jurišić was not an easy opponent. He had an aggressive style, powerful punches, and technical skills that had earned him an impressive winning streak. His confidence was evident, and many saw him as the next big name in the division. On the other hand, Shamil Musaev entered the fight with a growing reputation and an aura of danger few could match. His style, a blend of calculated precision and relentless explosiveness, made him an unpredictable fighter in the octagon. Musaev was not only fast and strong but also methodical. He studied his opponents and waited for the perfect moment to strike. For some, his approach might seem cold, but in reality, it was the mark of a fighter who knew exactly how to dismantle his rivals. The fight started intensely. Jurišić came out aggressive, aiming to set the pace from the first moment, but Musaev, calm and composed, absorbed the pressure and began measuring each move.
No I proszę, sami z dołu starają się atakować.
After a few minutes, his plan became clear. With a precise and devastating strike, Musaev caught Jurišić in an exchange, delivering a brutal combination that sent him straight to the canvas. It was a moment that silenced the crowd. The referee had no choice but to intervene, declaring Musaev the winner by TKO in the first round.
Dużo front kicków. Za moją tezę, że trzeba czytać. Się lewą nogę.
2. Shamil Musaev vs. Grzegorz Szulakowski. In December 2019, Shamil Musaev made his debut at KSW 52, one of the year's most anticipated events in the prestigious Polish league. On the other side of the octagon was Grzegorz Szulakowski, a veteran known for his strong grappling and ground game. Looking to redeem himself after some losses and capitalize on the advantage of fighting in front of his local crowd. For Musaev, this fight was more than just a debut. It was his first major international opportunity to prove that his undefeated record was no fluke. From the start of the fight, the Russian showcased why there was so much talk about his talent. With firm posture and fast movements, Musaev controlled the distance and prevented Szulakowski from finding the opening to take him down. Every grappling attempt from the pole was thwarted by impeccable takedown defense and smooth transitions back to the center of the octagon. Frustration began to show in Szulakowski, who couldn't implement his game plan against such an elusive opponent. In the second round, Musaev changed the pace and increased the pressure. With his trademark explosive striking, he landed precise shots that staggered the pole. Szulakowski tried to survive, but Musaev left no room for recovery. Finally, the referee stepped in after an unstoppable flurry of punches, awarding Musaev the victory by TKO.
Leg. Watch him to swap high kick. I think this was the game plan. Oh, huge spinning back fist.
Spinning back fist and down goes Szulakowski.
3. Shamil Musaev vs. Hubert Samajda. In July 2020, at KSW 53, Shamil Musaev returned to the octagon with the aim of consolidating his dominance in the Polish organization. His opponent, local fighter Hubert Samajda, was known for his aggressive style and experience in high-paced fights, making him a potential threat. For Samajda, this fight meant redemption in front of his home crowd after a series of ups and downs in his career, while Musaev sought to prove that his dominant debut had not been a fluke. From the beginning of the fight, Musaev displayed an impressive calmness. His precision in movements and control of space neutralized Samajda's attempts to impose his aggression. Every time the pole advanced, Musaev responded with sharp, calculated strikes, keeping him at bay. The difference in technique and speed was evident, and the Russian controlled the rhythm of the fight with a superiority that was hard to ignore. Samajda tried to press forward, but Musaev didn't give an inch, always seeming one step ahead. As the first round progressed, frustration became more evident in Samajda.
Tu także Shamil Musaev.
Widzieliśmy chwilę temu wywinąć obrotówkę.
Despite his attempts to take the fight to the ground, precise combinations that drained his confidence. Samajda tried to close the distance, but each time he did, Musaev countered with quick movements and unexpected strikes. Musaev's superiority in every aspect of the fight was so clear that the crowd began to anticipate the outcome. The fight culminated in the first round when Musaev landed a devastating combination that sent Samajda to the floor. Without giving him a chance to recover, Shamil unleashed a flurry of punches, forcing the referee to stop the fight.
Widzieliśmy chwilę temu wywinąć obrotówkę. Szumajda podarował mu teraz.
No zapięty i dognie przerwana. To jest tylko poprawa pozycji. Koniec pojedynku.
4. Shamil Musaev vs. Mateusz Mankowski. In March 2018, Shamil Musaev faced Mateusz Mankowski at Fight Nights Global 83, an event that caught the attention of MMA fans, especially in Russia and Eastern Europe. Mankowski, an experienced Polish fighter, was known for his aggressiveness and ability to adapt to different fighting styles, making him a serious threat to any opponent. On the other hand, Musaev entered the fight with an undefeated record and the promise of being one of the brightest stars in the future of MMA, which made the fight a crucial one for both of them. From the very first minute, Musaev proved that he was not an easy opponent to face. His octagon control and ability to dictate the pace of the fight gave him an immediate advantage. Although Mankowski tried to take the initiative, using his aggressive style and constant pressure, Musaev was able to neutralize him with his takedown defense and speed. Every time the pole tried to close the distance, Musaev countered with evasive movements and well-placed strikes, making it clear that Musaev was completely in control of the fight. As the fight progressed, Musaev's advantage became even more apparent. Mankowski, although fighting with determination, couldn't find a way to close the distance or land effectively, while Musaev continued to score points with his precision. At the end of the third round, Mankowski's fatigue was evident, and Musaev took the opportunity to land a devastating combination that left his opponent without a response, forcing the referee to stop the fight. With this TKO victory, Musaev solidified his undefeated status. reaffirming his position as one of the most dangerous prospects in MMA and proving that his technical ability and control of the fight's pace placed him in a unique position for future competition.
Instead of the fist. Shamil Musaev drops by him over the top and dispatches him! Shamil Musaev, champion in his first PFL season!
Big rib right to the chin with that left hand. And it hit the mark.
The left hook is tremendous. He covered distance so well with it as well. Like a heat-seeking missile.
Man, that speed is ridiculous. So quick.
5. Shamil Musaev vs. Kamil Nietek. In September 2021, at KSW 64, Shamil Musaev faced Kamil Nietek, a Polish opponent with an aggressive fighting style and a lot of determination. Nietek, known for his strength and endurance, entered the fight with a solid record and the intention of challenging Musaev's growing legend in KSW. However, Musaev, with his impressive undefeated record, was determined to maintain his dominance in the organization. From the start, Musaev set the pace. His precise and technical approach allowed him to control the octagon from the early rounds. Nietek tried to apply pressure, constantly searching for a clinch and opportunities to take Musaev down, but the latter was perfectly prepared.
Tak, jedyna szansa.
I udało się. Podnosi pozycję Pietrzak i już zaczyna się.
His takedown defense was flawless, and every attempt by Nietek was countered with quick transitions and well-timed strikes. The fight progressed at a controlled pace by Musaev, who not only avoided Nietek's attacks, but also made him pay for every mistake with powerful strikes. Musaev's patience and technique shone throughout the rounds, while Nietek became increasingly frustrated by his opponent's dominance. By the time the third round ended, Nietek was clearly exhausted. Finally, at the start of the fourth round, Musaev landed a brutal combination of strikes, forcing the referee to stop the fight. The knockout victory further solidified Musaev's reputation as one of the most feared figures in the division.
To jest szansa dla Pietrzaka, ale... Oj!
Obrotowym backfistem w siatkę.
Co słyszeliśmy teraz
Poleje się, że...
Shamil Musaev has proven to be one of the brightest stars in MMA. With an impressive undefeated streak that continues to leave its mark with every fight. His technical ability, octagon control, and adaptability to any opponent position him as a feared contender by all. If you want to see more of his fights and follow his unstoppable career, be sure to subscribe. Each fight promises more action, more technique, and more victories that will keep confirming his greatness. Don't miss it.